watching this video. This video is called Moons for the Sun. And what I mean by that is we are all moons for the sun. The sun as in the Son of God, not the S-U-N. Now you're going to get confused during this lesson, but just bear with me. So, a way for us to see that Jesus is the Son is in Revelation chapter 21, verse 23. And that says, "And the city had no need of the sun, neither of the moon to shine in it, for the glory of God did lighten it, and the Lamb is the light thereof." The Lamb is Jesus in this case. And this is talking about after the rapture and stuff, whenever we're all just like living in the new world and new heaven and stuff. It's saying Jesus is going to be so bright we won't need a sun or a moon because Jesus is the light of the world. And also John chapter 9 verse 5. And that says, "As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world." Jesus is talking there. So Jesus is saying, I'm the light of the world, and without the S-U-N, I'm going to get confused during this. Without the S-U-N, the world would be frozen and it couldn't be here and stuff. And we wouldn't revolve around anything. The sun is necessary for life. And the S-O-N is necessary for life because he's the light of the world too. So that's how Jesus is like the sun. How we're like the moon is in 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 19. And that says, "We have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place, until the day dawn and the day star arise in your hearts." Now I'm mostly going to focus on the latter part of that verse. It says, "As unto a light that shineth in a dark place." The moon was set in the sky to give us a light in the nighttime, a light in the darkness, until the day dawn, until the morning, and the day star arise in your hearts. The day star is the sun in this case. Until the sun arises, you should be the light in the darkness. You should be the moon at night. So, a couple of facts about the moon. The moon does not have its own light. It gets it from the sun. It reflects the sun. So, now for John chapter 12 verses 35 and 36. That says, "Then Jesus said unto them, Yet a little while and the light is with you, yet a little while is the light with you. Walk while ye have the light, lest darkness come upon you. For he that walketh in darkness knoweth not whither he goeth. While ye have light, believe in the light, that ye may be the children of light." These things spake Jesus and departed, and did hide himself from them. This is saying that Jesus is the light. As long as Jesus is in the world, we need to walk in him. Because whenever Jesus is gone and it's darkness, you can't see where you're going. You don't know where you're going. But while we're in the world, we can reflect him. And in dark times, we can let his light shine through. Light is mentioned so many times in the Bible, especially referring to Jesus. So, I also have Ephesians chapter 5, verse 8, which says, "For ye were sometimes darkness, but now are ye light in the Lord. Walk as children of light." We used to be darkness, but now Jesus' light is shining on us. We are light in the Lord, so we should walk as children of light. We should be moons for him. And I also have John chapter 8, verse 12. Then spake Jesus unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. Again, we won't walk in darkness. We are going to be the moon. We're going to be showing Jesus and stuff. And by us showing Jesus, the moon helps people to see in the night. So Christians help other people to see what's right and wrong in the dark times in their lives. See how I'm kind of pulling this in here? Because if you're completely confused, then you're just going to get more confused. And then another fact is the sun is constantly shining on the moon. During new moon, we don't see the sun on there because it's shining on the other side. How the rotation goes and stuff. But the sun is always shining on the moon. And Job chapter 22 verse 28 shows how we can apply that to our life. Thou shalt also decree a thing, and it shall be established unto thee, and the light shall shine upon thy ways. The sun, the light is going to shine on you all the time, so you won't walk in darkness. Like the sun always shines on the moon, so it's never in darkness. The world may be in darkness, but the moon is never in darkness because it reflects the sun. So, and also, without the sun, we would be all dead. We would all be dead. And I kind of played on that a little bit more. And we're going to go back to John 8:12, which says, Then spake Jesus unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. Basically, the light of life is the sun, because it is the light, and without that light we couldn't be here. It refers to the S-O-N and S-U-N. So, yeah. But also, the moon cycles. There's new moon, full moon, and waning and waxing. So, whenever you have a new moon, it means that the moon is closest to the sun. It's in between the earth and the sun. So, whenever we get close to, whenever we as Christians get close to the S-O-N, we feel new in Him. We get renewed and stuff. We're all happy and we're like, yeah, I'm going to go save the world. Because we are closer to God than we are to the world at that point. So we're new, we're reborn in Him. That's also whenever it comes to repentance and being reborn, born again. And then there's also the half moons, which whenever you're at a 90-degree angle and you have half of the sun shining on the moon and half not. And it's kind of like you're halfway in between God and halfway in between the world, and you don't know where you want to be. That's the lukewarm, and that's where you most definitely don't want to be. You're still shining Him, but not as much as you used to be. So, and then also, the last one is full moon. And that's whenever we're farthest away from the sun. So at that point, we need to be full of Jesus, full of the S-O-N, for us to reflect Him and show His praise and stuff. Now the earth, us as people on the earth, we only see 59% of the moon. But the sun is always shining on. The sun, the S-U-N, sees all of the moon and reflects on all of it. So your peers and stuff around you may only see 59% of you because they don't know what you do in your personal time. That's whenever our true side comes out. So that SON always knows what we're doing. He has seen all of us. He wrote our lives. He knows what we do in our private times. He sees you 24/7. So you may only show others part of you, and that's all that you're going to reflect. But the other side can be dark. You need to be full of Him. You need to be always reflecting Jesus. All of it. The moon also has tons of craters where they believe it's been hit by space rocks and meteors and stuff like that. So that means that the moon isn't perfect. The moon has a bunch of dents and holes in it, but it still reflects the sun perfectly. People think, oh, I'm not perfect. I can't reflect Jesus. I can't do good stuff for Him. But no one's perfect. People, you get it through your brain. No one is perfect. You're never going to be perfect. You can try, but you never will be. But you can still reflect Jesus through your imperfections. You can still be a moon for Him. And lastly, I did not know this. The moon is slowly drifting away from the sun. No, from the earth. The moon is drifting away at the rate that your fingernails grow, but it's still moving away. Like us as Christians, we should be moving away from the things of the world, the things of the earth, and we should be moving closer to the sun and reflecting Him in all that we do, all we say, everything. So be a moon for the sun. And thank you for watching, and God bless.